Hello, Hubbers. Fancy seeing you out here. Lovely, isn't it? All the fresh air and sunshine, all this space. I didn't always like being outside. For a long time, I stayed inside my house. I locked myself in. The house was filled with things I knew, things that felt familiar, things that felt safe. Every now and then I'd invite people in, just a select few, but I didn't go outside. Outside was unpredictable. Outside was unfamiliar. Outside wasn't safe. So I stayed exactly where I was for years. And for a while, that worked. The house gave me everything I thought I needed: safety, comfort, certainty. But slowly, almost without noticing, the house became a little suffocating. I started looking at the locked door very differently. Instead of feeling protected by it, I felt restricted. Yeah, I was safe, but what if one day I needed to leave? What then? One day, there came a gentle knock at the door. Not a loud knock, not an urgent knock, just tap, tap, tap. It was Purpose. Purpose said, "You know you locked yourself in, right?" Didn't answer, but Purpose continued. "There's a lot out here for you, you know, if you ever decide to open your door." Now, Purpose isn't a bailiff. It doesn't arrive screaming and banging on the door and trying to kick it down. Purpose is a lot more polite than that. Purpose speaks in whispers. Quiet enough to ignore, just loud enough to hear if you really listen. And once you've heard it, you can't quite unhear it. I didn't dare open the door at first, but I did peek round the curtains. I wanted to see what was supposedly so wonderful out there. I expected there to be chaos and danger, something terrifying. But honestly, it didn't look that bad. So eventually, I unlocked the door and opened it just a little tiny crack, just enough to peek through. Nothing terrible happened. The world carried on exactly as it had before. The sky stayed where it was and the ground didn't disappear beneath my feet. Nobody laughed at me. Nobody pointed. Nobody cared. And that tiny crack in the door changed everything. So once my door was open, even just a little bit, I couldn't forget there was a whole world beyond it. Actually, I did step outside and then I went back in. Not because I was scared. Well, yeah, maybe a little bit because I was scared, but mostly because I needed to pack. After all, I was about to go out and find Purpose. I wanted to thank it, shake it by the hand and tell it it had been right, that maybe comfort wasn't enough. Maybe there was more waiting for me beyond my familiar walls, and maybe, just maybe, more could actually be better. So I packed what I thought I'd need, locked the front door behind me this time, got into my car, put the keys in the ignition, placed my hands on the wheel, took a deep breath, and stopped. Because I had absolutely no bloody idea where I was going. I'd left the house, but I didn't have directions. I didn't have a road map. Didn't even know my destination. Just this feeling that staying where I was wasn't an option anymore. The funny thing, really, the house still felt safe. It was still familiar, still comfortable, but that comfort stopped feeling like freedom. And now I'd realised that, I couldn't go back. And then I realised the car doors were locked. Fucking brilliant. I'd officially graduated from being locked in my house to being trapped in my own car. At least I'd found a new way to be stuck. But it was even more frustrating because now I knew that freedom existed. I just didn't know how to reach it. Purpose wanted me to come looking for it, but it hadn't left me a sat-nav. So there I sat, staring through the windscreen, wondering what the hell am I supposed to do next? Now, if you've been here before, you'll know I started this little channel back in April, a safe, crafty little corner of the internet where I can share what I'm learning and document this strange journey of trying to find purpose. In my last video, I talked exactly about this. I said that what I needed next was direction, a map, signpost, something, anything, just enough to help get me moving. And then, just recently, something unexpected happened. While I was sitting, metaphorically trapped in my locked car, waving frantically at the universe for directions, there came another knock. Another tap, tap, tap. This time, it wasn't purpose. It was somebody else. And they said, "Look, I can't tell you where your destination is, but I can help you get out of where you are. I can't give you the whole map, but I can give you the next 10 miles. And honestly, I felt like the greatest gift in the world. Because maybe we don't need the whole journey mapped out. Maybe we only need enough road to reach the next crossroads." Later in the evening on the same day, when a friend came and tap, tap, tapped on my car window, I watched a video by one of my favourite YouTube creators, Rose Tinted Spectrum. If you spent any time here at MakeDoMend, you'll know we always credit the people who inspire us. And yeah, this whole video is very much an inspired by moment. Let's call it an affectionate borrowing of an idea. Please don't copyright strike me, Rose Tinted. I'm just a poor little middle-aged YouTube beginner and I don't really know how any of this stuff works. Anyway, in his video, Rose Tinted announced to the whole world that he quit his job to go full-time as a content creator. After 7 years of building his amazing channel, he was finally taking the leap to YouTube full-time. And I cried. The same heavy tears I usually cry. These tears were different, lighter somehow, hopeful, excited. I left him a comment. "Permission to do the same, please, sir." And at the time I meant it. But looking back, Rose Tinted couldn't give me permission. Nobody can. Not purpose. Not the friend who handed me the map for the next 10 miles. Not anyone. The only person who can give me permission is me. Now, let me be clear. I have not quit working to go full-time on YouTube. I can't be that frivolous. I've got a mortgage and responsibilities and realities and fears. Lots and lots of fears. Enough fears to bolt several more locks onto my locked front door, to be honest. No, I haven't quit. That's not the right word. I've just realised there might be something new for me. Yeah, that's a better way to describe it. And besides, I've got 33 subscribers. 33! And I adore every single one of you. But 33 subscribers do not currently constitute a retirement plan. Rose Tinted spent 7 years working towards the moment where he could quit his job to go full-time on YouTube. My journey might take longer. I don't know. But if someone else can build a life that feels aligned with who they are, then maybe one day I can do that too. And that's why I cried when I watched his video, because it gave me a little shining glimmer of hope. And anyway, maybe YouTube isn't even my purpose. Maybe it's just a stop along the way, a service station on the motorway, a place to rest and learn and meet fellow travellers. Maybe purpose is somewhere else entirely. I don't know, I haven't found it yet. But I know this. I'm a bit closer than I was. So, whether you've been here before or not, if you're watching this and you've realised you're sitting in a house that you locked yourself inside, you're welcome here. If you've opened the curtains to peek outside and decided it's time to face your fears, or if you've already opened the door and started to chase after purpose, you're welcome here. Or if you're sitting inside your locked car with absolutely no idea where you're going next, then you're definitely welcome here, because that's exactly where I am. Maybe we don't need all the answers. Maybe we just need enough courage to take the next few miles. I'll keep sharing the map as I find it. I'll keep documenting my journey to find purpose and taking the next step. If you're taking your own journey too, we don't have to do this alone. So, let's put the car in gear, see where the road takes us. Thanks, Rose Tinted. Thank you for being here. Let's see where we end up together.